Clearfield. It's time for Red Raider football with head coach Joey McGuire, presented by Rudy's Barbecue. Also brought to you by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Register to win a Texas Tech VIP suite experience at RedRaidersContest.com. And by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Visit Rudy's.com to find real Texas barbecue near you.
He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Wow, that ought to just about do it, yeah?
Now, here's your host, Chris Level.
This is for the win. In overtime, Trey Wolf, the hold by Austin McNamara. Snap good, hold is good, and the kick is good! Trey Wolf has done it again! He gave him the lead at the end of regulation. He gives him the win in overtime.
There you go, folks, right there. Red Raider football with Joey McGuire here at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue here until 7 o'clock. That's what it sounded like. I'm not done listening to it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
We can keep going, absolutely. So this has been a fun week around here. Yeah, I know you've moved on.
Yeah.
Let the rest of us kind of still enjoy it, and you've worried about the team in purple and all that. But, that was fun last weekend, man. Let's keep doing that.
It was, man. I was really proud of the players. They never quit, and not one time.
So it all equals 37-34, Red Raider victory. Most important thing, as you mentioned, we're 1-0 in the league.
That's right.
But, and if you have questions here in the audience, make sure that you come up here and ask Coach McGuire that. But Chris Level here, sitting with Joey McGuire and producer and on-site engineer, Mr. Choice Woodman, here until 7 o'clock. We'll be joined by, let's see, Tyree Wilson? Is that the number? Okay, big boy. Big boy going to show. I think it's a repeat appearance by Big Tyree. I think he was up here last year. And C.J. Ayu will join us as well. So
another big boy.
Yes, he is. Looks like he can still play.
No doubt.
Long-time NFL career. Looks like he can still get after it and all that. So that'll be fun. But we will be here until 7 o'clock talking some football. A lot to recap.
Right.
There was a lot that went on in that 3 or 4 hour window on Saturday. I think. Did you get bumped around after the game was over down there on the field? I kind of did. Did you?
Just a little bit.
I'll
take that.
You have protection.
I do.
You've got two Texas Rangers running you, Dominique and Scott, taking care of you. I need some of that action too. Well, so you mentioned your team never quit, and this was kind of. Lots of ebb and flow in this game. You play well early, then Texas comes back and gets a 2-score lead, and then you come out of the halftime and you start going for it on 4th down every time you got the ball, stressing me out over there. And you convert a lot of them, and then next thing we know, you think, okay, game's put away, then it's not, and then it is. So I don't even know where you start. Just take me through it.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a lot of emotions, even all the way up until that. We blew a covers to get them into field goal range, and, they kicked it. And I looked back at the guys, and, there's a little bad body language. I kind of got into them a little bit. I understood how they felt. They were ready to win that game right there in regulation. And
I'm glad you didn't see me then. My shoulders may have slumped too, but.
But, the one thing about these guys is you can get them back real quick, and they responded. I think I told you this. I talked to the captains the night before. I didn't want to do it to the team, but I talked to the captains the night before, and I said, it's time for you guys. That's like Krishan Merriweather and, Kosai Eldridge is in there, and Donnie Smith's in there, and, and Sir Roderick and Taj. And I said, it's time for you guys to go win a game. They need to go win the game. They need to go take this win. And I said, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And the first person in the locker room to come up to me was Krishan Merriweather saying big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And, a big-time player just walked in with Tyree. And so, these guys are responding to what we're asking them to do.
And that play that Krishan makes, because one, for him to kind of walk up and talk, he's a pretty quiet guy.
Yeah.
He plays really loud, but he's pretty quiet. He's pretty shy and all those things. But that's the first career fumble from an elite level running back in Bijan Robinson. And that's just a well-placed shoulder, helmet, everything. I mean, he read it, and the spin happens, and that's when the whole thing turned, right?
Yeah. And he plays. Krishan plays so hard, and he's so tough. I mean, he hyperextended his knee out of that Houston game, and most guys, wouldn't be dedicated enough to go to the trainer 3 and 4 times a day to be ready to play the next week, much less be tough enough to play the next week. And, we really took care of him during practice that week. But the guy he's just tough. He's a tough guy. He's a brand guy. And he's playing really, really well right now.
We mentioned him a couple weeks ago before that Houston game, but Trey Wolff makes a big kick, and it kind of got buried in all the other things that happened. You walk it off in overtime and all that, but without his long field goal, almost the same thing happens here. He makes a clutch kick, and then Texas matches it. But I was glad to see him have his moment because he was clutch twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was too. I thought we were going to win it with a touchdown. We ran a really good play with Donnie, and he kind of got on the edge of his foot and slipped because he was fixed to walk in.
Yep.
But we felt comfortable. We felt great with Trey. I mean, he's practicing well. He's been big in big time moments, and so it's been good to see. We felt good. I mean, when we were driving down to go up 34-31. We felt good from, anywhere from 47 to 52, and we could probably even stretch him to 55 if we needed to win that game.
Yeah, well, he was just over there kicking that ball in that net, and nobody's
doubt.
talking to him. It's nobody's. It's like the no hitter, in baseball.
Just don't go over there and mess with
him. Is that always
one thing with me? I don't say anything to the kickers.
I always wondered that because there are different philosophies there, but mostly you just leave them alone.
Yeah, with that right there, I'll mess with them some throughout the game, with other stuff. But whenever it's one of those, I just, hey, let's just go do what you do, bud.
Yeah. You said that to me, though, after the game, and around here, we'll just call it what it is. It is a big deal to beat Texas, okay? It doesn't happen just a whole bunch. But you were most proud of the fact of 1-0 in the Big 12 Conference. You had your eye on the bigger prize and kind of the journey and everything and trying to move it on from it quick. Will that pay dividends? I mean, did your team kind of grasp that too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We talked a lot Sunday of why we won the game. We go through a PowerPoint of exactly why. I mean, everything is in black and white when you win and lose a game. It's not this magical fairy dust that's sprinkled from the football gods. I mean, you're either going to don't beat yourself and win the turnover battle and dominate up front. And, we won 4 of our plan to win. And then we talked about, I talked to him all week about, like, how you handle success. I mean, because it is good. I want them to enjoy it. But we all know when good things happen, a lot of people are patting you on the back. And then all of a sudden we're fixed to play a K-State game, in Manhattan. And our one loss is on the road, so we need to go play well on the road. And so it's like, how do you handle success? How do you just keep building on that confidence? So we've talked about that all week long, about, hey, this is what we have next in front of us.
And speaking of what was next, is that you'd said this all along. If we finally play and we don't turn it over.
Yes. Good things are going to happen.
And there you go.
Yeah, I thought Zach and Donovan were absolutely incredible all week long. I thought Zach had a game plan that really cleared the picture up for Donovan, and we stuck with it. And then I thought Donovan executed the plan. I mean, he did a great job. And then the thing going back to Friday night, I told him, I said, man, you might have to run the ball 12 to 15 times, but if you're going to, man, you need to go be 6'5", 230 and do that. And, man, he had some really physical runs, that put us ahead of the sticks on those 4th downs. The first 4th down, I think, was the first touchdown of the game, and, it was a run by him. And we're going to have to do that again. I mean, if you go back and you see how Tulane beat K-State, it was a quarterback converting with his feet. That's going to be big Saturday.
Yeah, no doubt. The 4th downs, have you been surprised at how many people have asked you about analytics and the reasoning and had to go through all that? There's been many articles that have written about that this week. Have you been surprised about that, or take me through all those lines of questions or how you've had to explain about all that? Because I think it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with being with Coach Rule and being with Coach Aranda because – both of those guys, use the analytics in different ways. And so, I mean, it's funny. I was talking to somebody, and I've never been in the booth until last year. So 28, so this year's 29. So 28 of my years, 27 of them, I was always on the field. And for a lot of reasons, I was kind of like a caged animal up there in the booth, and I think me being at the booth last year and seeing, because the book was sitting right by Sean Bell, he's talking to Jeff Grimes all the way through it, and me being able to see it in real time, like right there in that moment, is helping us and really getting, really keyed in on what we're trying to do with that. I mean, you still have to, the one thing with me that's a little bit different, you still got to have that gut. You still got to say, like, hey, if we don't get it here, we go ahead and kick the field goal. But it's helping us because our guys are understanding it. They've bought into it. And we talked about before we came on, Texas took 24 more snaps because of the fourth down conversions. And, it was a little warm in West Texas last Saturday. It was great that it was a 2:30 kick. I mean, at 7 o'clock it might be different, but a 2:30 kick is a little bit warm. And when you're 340 pounds and you got to take 20 more snaps, 24 more snaps, it's going to pay off for the other team, and it paid off for the Red Raiders.
Here's the fascinating thing I was kind of curious about. So when you guys decide that you're going to operate this way,
yeah,
do you have to talk anybody into it on your staff? Because I asked Coach DeRuiter the other day, I'm like, hey, man, because it can put his guys in the short field.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is you're cool with this, right? I mean, I didn't know. And he said, I go to Vegas, I'm hitting on 16 every time if the dealer's got 17. He goes, I just know overall it's going to pay off. So he's totally fine with it and on the same page. And I'm thinking there could be a lot of coaching staffs where it's like, Coach, man, we're trying it all we can, but you keep giving us, giving the other team the ball on our 40. It's not, but he was just like, keep rolling it.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the spring kind of getting together with this philosophy and why. And so everybody's on board.
So they've all seen the number. I mean, all understand.
Yeah, and then we meet we met today with Rob Ash and talked through our scenarios, and then we turned around and we talked through. There was a really interesting one that didn't happen with a K-State OU. OU ended up getting a delay of game, but they were about to go for it.
Okay.
Or they deciding fast enough that they were going to. There was some different ones that we go through all of the scenarios, and there's so many scenarios. It's just not fourth down. It's when you use timeouts. It's used 2-point conversions are a big part of it. They call it the Nebraska rule a couple years ago. Whenever I think they ended up losing a game, because of 2-point conversion. And so there's a lot of different things that go into those numbers that we study and try to get ready to go and put our team in the best position to win the game.
It's fascinating. I mean, it's been kind of fun to relearn how the game has changed and football is being tweaked and all that, because it totally changes the dynamics and the outcomes. Because I think if you guys don't do that, maybe the outcome is different. But there's a brass ring up there and you went and grabbed it.
No doubt.
That's right. Yeah. Love it. Okay. So we'll come back. We'll ask some questions from the audience. I've got a few more questions for you as well. We'll get to Kansas State in a little bit, and we'll get Big Tyree and Coach IU up here in a little bit as well. Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire from Rudy's Barbecue will continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking for the best tech?
Clear for break one.
Shop with the official retailer of Texas Tech Athletics, The Matador. We have everything Texas Tech at shopthematador.com and enjoy free shipping. Shop for Under Armour coaches sideline and on the field players gear. Shop for brand names like Texas Tech Yeti drinkware and stylish, trendy game day wear. The Matador is proud to be locally owned, alumni, and student operated. We are loyal and passionate about Texas Tech. Shopthematador.com.
You know Metal Mart is the place to get all the metals you need for your big projects. But did you know Metal Mart also offers building kits? We're talking 24 by 24 from $7,699 to 40 by 60 at just $25,999. Plus all sizes in between in 8 different colors. With a 30-year warranty on color walls and 20 years on Gavilan Plus. Your job just got a little easier with your new building kit from Metal Mart. Check us out at 4309 Idalou Road or metalmart.com. Metal Mart, the right materials for the right price.
Football is all about the team. And in farming, you certainly need a team to be successful. Wiley Implement and Spray Centers, your genuine Case IH parts and service dealer, is on your team to keep your equipment at the top of your game. With 14 locations across Texas, Wiley Implement is going to be close by. See us at WileySprayers.com for genuine Case IH parts and service.
I'm Scott Wiley. We'll try hard to earn your business and even harder to keep it. That's it. That's all.
ASCO Equipment knows roads don't wait, job sites don't wait, and deadlines don't wait. That's why at ASCO, we're on it, faster than the speed of our customers' needs. So no matter what you're digging, grading, or loading, we've got a full line of Case construction equipment to help you get the job done. You can buy or rent, and we'll service and support. And because it's Case construction equipment, you know it'll be comfortable, powerful, and versatile. At ASCO, we're on it, whatever it is.
West Texas weather is always unpredictable, and when high winds and debris damage your roof, there's only one company to call, Andrus Brothers Roofing. ABR has been in business for over 35 years and are part of the Lubbock Area Roofing Contractors Associations, so you know they'll do the job right. If it's not ABR, it's not Andrus Brothers Roofing.
Andrus Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. Quality guarantee, Andrus Brothers Roofing, every time.
They're number one. Scarborough Specialties is your one-source supplier for all your promotional product needs. Experience the difference. Embroidery to screen printing to graphic design. No job is too big or too small. Scarborough Specialties has the best showroom in Texas, and they provide great customer service. Scarborough Specialties, Lubbock owned and operated since 1992, and a proud corporate partner of Texas Tech Athletics.
For 10 years, the West Texas Land Guys have been turning land into dreams. West Texas Land Guys specialize in developing raw land into builder-ready master plan communities. Having developed hundreds of acres across 10 successful communities in the Lubbock area alone, West Texas Land Guys is one of Lubbock's premier land developers. Whether you're thinking of selling land or want to buy a lot for your dream home, we've got you covered. Visit westtexaslandguys.com to see how we're developing the future.
30 seconds. This is Texas Tech Athletics Director Kirby Hocutt. Red Raider fans are some of the best and most passionate fans in the nation, and there's no denying it. There is also no denying that supporting our sponsors is one of the best ways to support the Red Raiders. Year after year, when businesses support the Red Raiders, they help provide funding for the many needs in Tech athletics and make games like the ones you're listening to on this Texas 10 seconds work possible. So next time you're in need of a product or service, show your Red Raider spirit and support the companies that support Texas Tech.
And Smith, play action, steps back, going to throw it, does. It's caught by Cup. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Donovan Smith took a couple of extra steps back. That gave him time. He threw the ball to the right side at about the 10-yard line.
Red Raider football with Joey McGuire back here at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue here until 7 o'clock. South Loop 289 and Slide Road here every single Thursday throughout the fall. And talking some football with the head coach of the Red Raiders, we'll be joined by Tyree Wilson in a little bit and outside linebackers coach C.J. Ayu. You hear the call right there about Baylor Cup. He looked like Cooper Cup on Saturday. He was playing pretty good. Incorporation of the tight ends. Talking to Baylor earlier this week, he's like, man, it's fun to come in every Sunday and Monday because Coach Kitley's got all these different things kind of trying to get our group involved. But Mason Tharp had a big play. Kind of talk to me about that group, and they're starting to get better and emerge as the weeks go along.
Well, you know, we call Zach the Wizard for a reason. I mean, he always has something new. I mean, the very first touchdown going into the north end zone was a great design play to Taj Brooks, you know, off of our two-back set. Those tight ends, I mean, we get Henry Teeter back this week, so we got 4 of them that are playing really well right now because York played well in the game. He's doing a great job on special teams. But, I mean, you're talking 6'9" and 6'7" that are very skilled, that have great hands. And so there are mismatches, whether it's on a corner or safety. You know, you're able to put the ball in a lot of different places. You know, I thought Baylor, I mean, it was coming. That was the tough thing. You know, he got banged up against Houston. So he didn't get to play against North Carolina State. But that's one of those deals. I mean, you could see it coming. You can see these guys that are truly going out every day to practice to be a good football player, to be a great football player. And you know, that's the thing. We talk about it all the time, how we practice. So he had a great week of practice, didn't surprise me one bit. And we need those guys to have another really good game Saturday.
Catch radius.
Oh, I know, man.
I mean, it's
just the ball that Mason caught. I mean, it's on his back hip, you know.
Doing a pirouette.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just so athletic, you know. And both of those guys, they feed off each other. And I think Josh is doing such a good job. Coach Cochran, our tight ends coach, he's doing a great job with them. And, man, they kind of feed, you know, each position feeds off of each other. And those guys are doing a great job practicing well.
We've had multiple questions about this. I don't know the answer, and I'm kind of curious if you even know what the deal was. But why was the team late coming out of the locker room after Centennial Champion had already run?
Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah, it was.
Are you taking the hit for that, or is this?
No, it was 100% my fault.
Okay.
So Huff usually gives me the countdown, which he did, and I was behind. You know, because I felt that when we came and played Houston, I had them standing in the tunnel too long.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, looking, and then I screwed up because there's a time that we got to walk out of that locker room, and I had my times all screwed up. So that was all on me. We're not going to make that a practice because I love that's one of my favorites. I was like, what happened? Did the horse not run? And they go, yeah, y'all missed it.
Coach Hamby walked by me, and he thought it was Texas's fault.
Yeah.
He thought they ran out at the wrong time. He's like, I guess they didn't want to get booed. Yeah. You know, I don't know what. It was just funny.
We'll blame them.
Yeah,
Why
there
not?
you go.
Why not?
Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Yeah, so that's funny. Okay, so we had multiple questions about that. Monica and Bob both were curious about the awkward timing of the entrance, but Coach McGuire to blame. There he is.
I'll fix it.
From Lauren, how do you determine which games have a flyover? There's like a flyover committee, isn't there? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's Gio. Gio determines it. Local celebrity.
And the flyovers, they're great, man.
Oh, they're incredible.
They're great.
Incredible.
Everybody loves a great flyover. From Lauren, are we going to have a blackout game this year?
I don't know. You know, a lot of that's going to – I'm sure we will. A lot of it's going to be like a 7 o'clock kick once we know.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you noticed how many – because NC State did this. Have you noticed how many more stadiums – and I'm watching the Oklahoma-Kansas State game. Everybody's shutting their lights off after touchdowns, and I didn't even know anybody was – and that seems like the common theme, speaking of a night game. Anyway,
yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, and a lot of them have the LED lights.
Yes.
That, I mean, that NC State game, that was really cool, you know, going into the fourth quarter. And, you know, I know Gio's working on that too. Give him a lot of pub.
Yeah,
I know he's in Jonathan's ear to make that happen.
Yeah, we love more pyro too. Yeah, that's what we're asking for stuff. Yeah, okay. We want more pyro. From Rick, okay, this is a comment. He said, okay, when Texas Tech wins, it gives us the kind of what our forefathers sought: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He says, keep rinsing and repeating, and guns up, coach.
There we
so
go.
That's Rick
Good.
right there in the front.
Oh, yeah.
The front row
know
right
Rick.
there. How about that? Yeah. From Krista, we talked about this a little bit, but she asked about the fourth downs and going for it. I think it's important that I want to emphasize this part of it, because she was like, okay, is it analytics and all that? Yes, it is. But you mentioned a second ago, there's still some gut feel to this.
Yeah.
You have the ultimate, you know, like ace of spades to play and, like, you know, trump anything, in that if you just, like, you know what, I know what the numbers may say, but this is what we need right now. So I think that's important that people understand that you kind of can go Austin Kamir or Trey Kamir or whatever it may be. And I don't know what rhyme or reason that would be that you would want to do that. But, I mean, you're saying it's not going to be strictly by the gold book up there at the top.
Yeah, there was a point in the game, it was 3rd and 10, and if we would have gone 4th and 10, it still was a go, but we're in field goal range. And Tim and I talked, and I was like, listen, if we don't gain a yard, I'm going to kick a field goal. Okay. And I don't want to walk it out of here without any points. And so we ended up getting 7 yards, so it made it 4th and 3. The thing that I really thought was from 2020 to 2021 that I learned that Kitley does such a good job with, and we talk about it all the time, is once you have a magic number and you're getting close to it or you're trying to get to it, you have to sequence plays. Because if you go out there and let's say your magic number is 3, so that means we got to be in 4th and 3 to go for it, then your third down, you have to do a good job to either, hey, I'm going to get the first down because it might be a yards after catch or, yards after run contact, or I'm not going to be able to go for it because I got to hit that magic number. So his third down calls are so big, understanding that he's got to put the third down and fourth down together for us to get to a fourth down to go for it.
Sequencing.
Yes, sequencing plays.
Do you, from some email questions, do you pay attention to realignment rumors at all, and do you care?
Man, whoever's on our schedule,
Gotcha.
We're going to be ready to roll. And I'm excited about the Big 12. I will tell you, playing BYU last year, they're really, really good. I can't wait for our fans to have the opportunity to go there and play. I can't wait for their fans to come here and have the opportunity to play in Lubbock. We played Houston this year, know how good they are. Cincinnati was in the Final Four. UCF does a phenomenal job. So I'm excited. I think the Big 12, if you just look at the numbers, only conference in the country that is 500 or better as a conference. It's 1 to 10 good football. There's nobody that you're going out there and saying, okay, this is a give me, this is a layup. And I think you look at the numbers, that was a huge number whenever you looked at Baylor BYU and the number of viewers and just the number whenever you go through that. So I think the Big 12 is really doing a good job of showing what kind of conference we are. And then I think the new commissioner of what he's trying to do. So I could see, of course, we got the 4 coming in, but I don't think it's over. I think that there's going to be more, and it's just going to be better for the conference.
Yeah, he was Commissioner Yormark in town this past weekend, and obviously the Big 12.
Oh, he was fired up, man.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I bet he when he came the first time, he kind of told you all what to do, and then you did it. You're like, hey, man, that's good stuff. Other than game day, somebody asked me this. Other than game day, during football season, what is your favorite day of the week?
God, that's a good question.
Is there some?
There's 2 of them, Tuesday and Wednesday, because that's where you got the pads on and we get to practice, and that's where it's practice is everything in our program. We really believe the way you practice and prepare is the way you're going to play. There's always times to where you might not have a great practice, and all of a sudden, it's been in my career. I get it, but for the most part, the way you practice. So I love Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
The fair is currently in town.
Oh, yeah. I saw
your favorite fair food?
But anything deep fried, I like corn dogs.
There you go.
I grew up in Dallas-Fort Worth, so the fair
State Fair and all
everything's fried
Absolutely.
there.
Oh, yeah. They'll fry a shoe and then put powdered sugar on it. There you go.
Right.
It's
Here
awesome.
You go.
It'll win some award. The corn dogs at the fair, though, they're so big. It's like they take that paintbrush of mustard and have to lather it up, and you're cooking there. This is from our man Judd.
Oh yeah, Judson Kirk.
That's right. The greatest athletic achievement for you outside of football is what?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe in college, whenever we won the intramural champions in front of my wife, I think I impressed her how well I played that day.
It was this volleyball or football?
No, this is football. And she was dating the other guy, so I intercepted him and scored a touchdown. I think that's what flipped her right there.
Intramurals in college. Yes. There you go.
Oh,
that's right. There you go, Judd. The athletic achievement right there. You heard it here first. All right, let's go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll come back. We'll talk about those Wildcats.
Yes, sir.
We'll get you out of here. Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire from Rudy's Barbecue. We'll continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
What does it take?
Clear for break 2, 4 minutes.
Football and barbecue lovers know that the perfect brisket needs the right wood. Rudy's smokes all of their meats using their delicious signature rubs in 100% oak-fired pits. Get your real Texas barbecue fix today at Rudy's or on the web at rudys.com.
Well, there's nothing like the sound of a new baby calf or the smell of fresh rain on a cotton crop. My friends at Capital Farm Credit share this excitement with agricultural and livestock producers. We want to be your lending partner. Whether you require operating funds for next year's crop or need to buy hay for your cattle, we have a loan that's right for you. Let us finance your operation. CapitalFarmCredit.com.
Hi, I'm Texas Tech baseball coach Tim Tadlock. Our coaches and players compete each day to represent Texas Tech at the national level. Red Raider Club members provide the necessary resources to be our best. Thank you for giving to the Red Raider Club and supporting more than 400 student athletes through scholarships, academic support, nutrition, sports medicine, and much more. You are the lifeblood of this department. Wreck 'em.
Red Raider fans, lock in your seats for 3 Texas Tech football home games for as low as $90 with the Raider Power Pack. Choose 3 of the Red Raiders' remaining 4 home games against West Virginia, Baylor, Kansas, and Oklahoma to save big. We need you inside Jones AT&T Stadium cheering on your Red Raiders all season long. So take advantage of the Raider Power Pack today. To purchase, simply go to texastech.com or call 806-742-TECH. It's Red Raider football. Let's go.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Simmons Pump and Supply, pumps are our business, but people are our passion. Your water supply is critical to the well-being of your crops and your family. When it comes to irrigation and house wells, no other product has been designed by and built for West Texans for 66 years. The next time your well stops producing, make sure your contractor calls Simmons Pump and Supply for the highest quality solution for your water well applications. Or visit SimmonsPump.com to find a contractor in your area. And most importantly, wreck 'em Tech.
At Reliant, being a part of Red Raider Nation means more than just cheering on the team. It's about being a part of a community that supports one another. As an electricity provider, it is our commitment to every customer, and it's as strong as our Texas roots. It's our promise today and for generations to come. We look forward to teaming up with you. Reliant, proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics. Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
30 seconds.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winner.
10 seconds.
In all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Handoff goes to Bijan Robinson. He gets hit. He fumbled. He fumbled. He fumbled. The Red Raiders got it. He fumbled and the Red Raiders got it. Bijan Robinson fumbled the football and the Red Raiders got it.
That doesn't get old.
No, I was fixing to say, can we just replay that one more time?
That's right. Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire back here at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Come out and get you some great barbecue tonight. We're here until 7 o'clock every single Thursday throughout the fall. Coach, real quick, ask you about that Kansas State game. You like the 11 a.m. kick?
Yeah, I do on the road.
Yeah,
I definitely, because, you're going to sit around the hotel all day. I mean, when we played North Carolina State, it was, long day. And then we didn't get home until like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And so I like that. I like, hey, wake up call at 7 a.m. and, start everything going from there and get ready to kick the ball off at 11 a.m.
We did have a question. People were just asking about an update on Tyler Shuck. I think you actually mentioned that recently he was kind of throwing a little bit.
Yeah,
and
he's
all that
throwing.
Stuff,
He had a really good week. He feels good. He was throwing. I think he threw Monday, and Wednesday. So he's in a good place. Just always gives you more weapons. I mean, that's the biggest thing. He's another weapon.
Chris Kleiman in this Kansas State team.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime you go up to Manhattan, if Bill is coaching and now Coach Kleiman is coaching, they're not going to beat themselves.
Yep.
They don't turn it over. They don't commit penalties. They're really good on special teams. Have I missed anything?
No, man. It's funny, man. Traditionally, they're the best in the conference, and it doesn't matter who the head coach is whenever it comes to special teams. They got a really good returner out of Mansfield, from Mansfield Lake Ridge, and he's something whenever on kickoff return. Chris is, he's just an elite football coach. He's a culture guy. He's an X's and O's guy. He's a tough guy. And so really excited about playing him. And I really, like I've said it all week, it is my favorite place. It reminds me a lot of Lubbock. It's a true college town. They're going to have great fans. They have a lot of traditions. And it's going to be good for our guys to be playing in front of that crowd.
Yeah, no, it'll be full and all that.
Oh, yeah, it'll be packed. I think they're sold out. And I know next week I've already seen, Oklahoma State sold out. So that's good. And I know we'll be sold out for West Virginia. So why not be playing in front of 3 big crowds?
Absolutely. Football season, man.
No doubt.
The weather's starting to change a little bit.
Yeah, you can feel it, man. You can feel it.
Is Deuce Vaughn, pound for pound, one of the best players in this league?
Yeah, I think you can say the nation in the country. Yeah, the thing with him, he's got a really high football IQ. He's a coach's kid. And then he's got great hands. He's got great vision. He's got great balance. And one of my buddies, a really good friend of mine, coached in the NFL for 33 years, Steve Crosby, said, and he coached Darren Sproles. And he said there's a difference between little and short. And he said little is little, like your bone structure and everything like that, and it's hard to stay healthy whenever you're like that. He said Deuce is short. He's not little. He's got really good lower body, and he's really strong.
Yeah, it's like Miles Price was up here last week, and I know he said after the game, he's like, man, I feel like the biggest guy out there. That's how. But he's a handful. Their defensive line is also really good too, but that's also be a challenge for you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be good. They're number 91 and 92. Their nose guard he's played a lot of football. I think he's a 6-year guy, really physical, does a good job with his hands. And then they have one of the best pass rushers, in the country in 91. And so when you're looking, they're structurally, defensively, they're a lot like North Carolina State. They have strengths that North Carolina State doesn't, and vice versa. So it's going to be a big challenge, for us. Again, I think it's going to be a time where we got to be able to run the ball. I think that's one thing that we did really well last week. We rushed for 148 yards, and the magic number, I think, with this offense is if you can get right around 150, we're going to win a lot of football games if you're rushing for 150 yards in a football game in this offense.
Let's go ahead and get big Tyree up here. What do you say?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's something. He's leading our team in tackles. He's got one of the best smiles in the world. He is a true Red Raider team captain, just loves his teammates, and I'm really lucky I get to coach him.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch. We'll do that when we return. And, Coach, enjoy it, and good luck, and we'll see you Saturday.
Debbie's fixing to go kick Tony Bradford in some cornhole.
Cornhole. There you go. Go, Debbie.
That's right.
Take TV down. Be sure to slide on over to your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com to place an order for their real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoke meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves made-to-order and grab-and-go breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Red Raider football with Joey McGuire from Rudy's Barbecue will continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
Red Raider fans, Texas Farm.
Clear for break 3.
You to experience the Joey McGuire era of Texas Tech football in style. Visit RedRaidersContest.com and enter to win for your chance to watch the Masked Rider and the team take the field before the November 26th matchup versus the Oklahoma Sooners. Winner also receives 2 sweet tickets with complimentary food and beverage and an autographed Joey McGuire football. Enter to win by visiting RedRaidersContest.com and be a VIP thanks to Texas Farm Bureau.
What does it take to make the perfect brisket? Football and barbecue lovers know that the perfect brisket needs the right wood. Rudy's smokes all of their meats using their delicious signature rubs in 100% oak-fired pits. Get your real Texas barbecue fix today at Rudy's or on the web at rudys.com. This football season, Texas Tech football is teaming up with Caprock Cardiovascular and Cath Lab to help out the American Heart Association of West Texas. For every sack that the Red Raiders record this football season, Caprock Cardiovascular Center will donate $200 to the American Heart Association to help stroke and heart disease research. The SAC Heart Disease Program is presented by Caprock Cardiovascular Center and your Texas Tech Red Raiders. Our town, our team.
Making memories on your own piece of land is priceless, like skipping rocks across the watering hole, wetting the trot line, and teaching your youngster how to drive the ranch truck. Capital Farm Credit is the financial partner to help you realize those memories. We offer competitive rates and flexible terms on farm land, ranch land, and recreational property. Let us finance your dreams. CapitalFarmCredit.com.
Texas Tech football is back, and Cardinals Sports Center has all the latest game day gear, including the official sideline collection from Under Armour. And ladies, come check out our red and black game day fashion and clear purses. Looking for those desert vibes? Be sure to shop our large variety of cactus tees and caps. A proud corporate sponsor of Texas Tech Athletics. Cardinals Sports Center. Everything Texas Tech.
At Reliant, being a part of Red Raider Nation means more than just cheering on the team. It's about being a part of a community that supports one another. As an electricity provider, it is our commitment to every customer, and it's as strong as our Texas roots. It's our promise today and for generations to come. We look forward to teaming up with you. Reliant, proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics. Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
If Big 12 football runs deep in your veins, then SiriusXM Big 12 Radio is where you need to be. We're talking conference and team previews, live games, news, and analysis from experts like Holly Rowe, Dusty Dvorak, Fozzie Whitaker, and Gabe Eichert, coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside Big 12 football like nowhere else. Feed your fandom on the SiriusXM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app to start streaming.
30.
Lock in your seats for 3 Texas Tech football home games for as low as $90 with the Raider Power Pack. Choose 3 of the Red Raiders' remaining 4 home games against West Virginia, Baylor, Kansas, and Oklahoma to save big. We need you inside Jones AT&T Stadium cheering on your Red Raiders all season long. So take advantage of the Raider
10 seconds.
Day. To purchase, simply go to TexasTech.com or call 806-742-TECH. It's Red Raider football. Let's go.
4 receiver set, and Rodgers looked right. Now he's getting pressured. Sacked back at the 33 by Tyree Wilson.
There he is, Tyree Wilson, Red Raider football with Joey McGuire back here at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. I am with Mr. Wilson right now. It's fun sacking the quarterback, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's right. You ever tell him anything when you get him down, like got you finally or anything?
No.
Or like I'll be back? I mean, nothing?
No, I don't really talk to the quarterback.
You just leave him alone? Okay, all right. I've seen you talking to some offensive linemen. I'm not going to repeat some of that. Have you ever had, like a couple weeks ago, you had an 11-tackle game against NC State. You ever had 11 tackles in one game before?
No, I haven't.
Because,
it's usually like 4 or 5.
Well, because for, a defense, it's hard because you get double teamed or whatever. But, I mean, that's a lot of tackles for a D lineman to get. Doesn't matter if you're a tackle or end or whatever. I mean, it's built for the linebackers, not the big boys up front, but you figured out a way.
Yes, it changed, but the coaches put in run to the ball, and, I just ran to the ball in that game and ended up with 11 tackles.
Seems simple, right?
Yes.
Just, hey, run to the ball. Yeah, there we go. Did you know you're leading the team in total tackles?
No,
yeah.
I really don't keep up with the stats like that.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Well, I looked that up because you have 27 total tackles. That leads the team. So just making sure you know. I think you 3 sacks on the year and all that. Have you started to feel like that you've been more consistent this year, like kind of week to week, and instead of maybe some peaks and valleys? Have you felt like you've been more consistent?
Yes, I feel like I'm been, consistent at the most part, but, I want to affect the quarterback more and get more sacks, of course, but I've been consistent way more than last year.
I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to go back to this past December in Memphis. How big was that back-to-back sacks for you? I felt like that you've been a different player since that moment, and I mean, am I right? Am I wrong? Because that was big at the time, and that was monstrous in that game. And I'm like, it was kind of you introducing yourself to the college football world in some ways.
I mean, playing K-State last year, I had back-to-back sacks also. But,
okay, my bad.
Going
Touche. Touche. Yeah.
But going in Mississippi State, having back-to-back sacks, that helped build confidence and boost me coming in this year and showing what I'm capable of doing.
This Deuce Vaughn kid that you got to try to tackle and their mobile quarterback be a handful, huh?
I mean, just be relentless to the ball. It won't be a handful.
Do you like the color purple?
No.
Yeah, me neither. All right. Tell me about the guy that you're playing for right now. And one, Coach McGuire, take me through kind of the energy that he's added to your locker room. And you guys, I mean, he's just always smiling, full of energy. And take me through, like, your feelings about him.
I mean, Coach McGuire has been a great coach. He's been my best coach so far. He brought a lot of energy into the program, which helps us grow closer and be able to trust the person next to us and be able to go out on Saturdays and play our hardest.
And then the guy that I'm about to bring up here, CJ Ayu, kind of what's he meant to you?
Coach Ayu, he came in spring, and ever since then he pushed me to be a better player and be more consistent. That's pretty much why I'm being more consistent this year than last year, and he pushed me to run to the ball more. So that's how I'm leading the team in tackles.
He looks like he can still play too.
Yeah, I don't think his knees will hold up.
I think you meant that in a nice way. Yeah. One last thing, we'll let you go. Miles Cole is learning a lot from you. If you look at you and him out there, it looks like y'all look very similar. I mean, what have you been able to teach him? Do you get a lot of that? Like, man, Miles is the same height as you. Y'all are just very unique from a defensive line standpoint.
I mean, yeah, we're the same height, probably pretty much same size. He's a little bigger, but Miles has a different game, and every week you see he's growing and getting better and better. But he's playing more interior, so it's kind of hard to coach him up. But when he comes, to the outside position, I try to give him bits and pieces that help his game go to a different level.
Crushed it, man. Keep being relentless and running to the ball. That sounds like a good plan to me. There you go, Tyree Wilson right there. We'll be back. We'll talk to CJ Ayu and wrap this thing up. Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire from Rudy's Barbecue will continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
Clear for break 4.
One of the region's premier developers with projects in Lubbock, San Angelo, and Abilene. West Texas Land Guys have developed hundreds of acres and 10 communities in Lubbock alone. To see some of our work, visit the vineyards at Escondido or come see us in the 2023 Parade of Homes in Sedona. Whether you're thinking of selling land or want to buy a lot for your dream home, we've got you covered. Visit westtexaslandguys.com to see how we're developing the future.
College football isn't just about a game. It's about pride. Pride for our Red Raiders who leave it all on the field every game. Pride for Texas Tech, a school that has shaped the landscape of West Texas. And pride for Lubbock, a community that shares a passion for our hometown team. At Plains Capital Bank, our commitment to Tech football runs deep. Supporting our community is just a part of who we are as a company and as individuals. That's why we're in the stands cheering on the Red Raiders at every game. Because at Plains Capital Bank, we're proud to be here too. Recom Tech, member FDIC.
West Texas weather is always unpredictable, and when high winds and debris damage your roof, there's only one company to call, Andrus Brothers Roofing. ABR has been in business for over 35 years and are part of the Lubbock Area Roofing Contractors Associations, so you know they'll do the job right. If it's not ABR, it's not Andrus Brothers Roofing.
Andrus Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. Quality guarantee, Andrus Brothers Roofing, every time.
At Interim Home Health and Hospice, we provide one-on-one attention to patients in their own homes. We have been caring for Lubbock and the surrounding areas with personalized hospice care for 20 years. West Texans proudly serving West Texans so you can rest, feel, and live well. Call us at 806-791-0042 or visit us at interimhealthcare.com. Interim Healthcare, the champions of your health.
At Reliant, being a part of Red Raider Nation means more than just cheering on the team. It's about being a part of a community that supports one another. As an electricity provider, it is our commitment to every customer, and it's as strong as our Texas roots. It's our promise today and for generations to come. We look forward to teaming up with you. Reliant, proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics. Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
Cybersecurity is a growing concern for all businesses. At CTSI, we remind you to implement cyber defense solutions to protect you. Call CTSI today and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation. We'll create a roadmap that is customized for you and secures your business. CTSI is a Lubbock-built, operated, and owned company with a second location in Amarillo. For 37 years, we've served the Texas Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin, and eastern New Mexico. And we work every day to earn your business. Call CTSI now at 806-793-8961 or go to ctsinet.com.
Y'all know I'm a Texan born and raised. It's my roots, my family's home, just like McGavick. I won't stop. They're family owned, and I'm a family guy. The day after the draft, they were there for me. McGavick was there for me when it mattered, and they're gonna be there for you. Y'all need to know McGavick. These are good people, and they make it so easy. I'm Patrick Mahomes, and I love McGavick Nissan.
McGavick.
30 seconds.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality.
10 seconds.
Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire by Carrot Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Did want to tell you that Texas Farm Bureau Insurance wants you to be the VIP of TTU and enter to win at RedRaidersContest.com for your chance to win 2 sweet tickets with complimentary food and beverage, a pregame field experience to watch the team, and Masked Rider enter the stadium in a tour for an upcoming football game. So make sure you check those folks out. Just here a few more minutes. On this edition. I'm with outside linebackers coach CJ Ayu. So how has your experience in Lubbock been so far?
It's been great. Feel like we're back home again. You know, it's been an awesome experience for me and my family. It's been very welcoming.
Now, Tyree was saying that your knees couldn't hold up, but is he just talking smack to you? You don't want to hear that?
I mean, I'm going to remember that. No, I'm going to remember that tomorrow as he's walking out the building.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shots fired, then he walks out the door. That's right.
He's going to see me tomorrow, so
yeah,
we'll deal with that in my own way.
You had a lengthy NFL career, and you played in this conference back in the mid 2000s. How much has the game of football, because you weren't playing in this league that long ago, but how different is the game being played now? Because, I mean, so many things are different, it seems like.
Right. It's, the biggest thing is the tempo. The tempo is a lot faster, of course, and then you got guys that look like Tyree all over the place now. You know, back then you used to have, maybe 1 or 2 guys that are like huge and that can run, and now the athlete itself has gotten bigger, faster, stronger through the years. So it's a totally different game than when I used to play.
And it seems like, because there was a time when the Big 12 there was games 48, 45, 52, 50. Now the games there's a lot more defense being played. And
there is.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in cycles, or defensive coaches have gotten smarter.
Yeah, it's one or the other. It's either defensive coaches got smarter or the offense didn't get so smart. That's
you're a
kind of how football
guy.
Works.
That's right. You're a defensive guy, so we'll go with the defensive.
For our take, the defense got smarter. Yes,
absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely. You coach outside linebackers. Take me through this scheme with Coach DeRuiter and how that's working, because you're coaching guys like Tyree, who can kind of, I'd almost say he's almost like a defensive lineman or defensive end, but he's an outside linebacker kind of in y'all's. Just take me through kind of how the scheme is set up.
Well, it's easy when you coach guys like Tyree and you have great athletes like Miles and JP and Bryce and a lot of those guys, and it makes my job easy, but this scheme is fun for guys who just want to be really aggressive, get after it, and it causes a lot of athleticism to come out of the player. So it definitely plays to the positive of what you can do, and we try to put those guys in situations that they can really be their full potential run around and hit. That's pretty much what it is.
How much better can that kid get that just walked out of here? How much better can he get?
He's just getting started. That's what's crazy. I think you guys seen from week 1 to last week, every week he's improving more and more and more. And it's a credit to him, and so are the rest of the players. You know, they're still getting comfortable with the scheme. You know, so as they get more comfortable, then they start playing faster and then start making more plays.
And you're giving up I think you guys are only giving up like 99 yards on the ground, so stopping the run really well. Got a tough challenge this week with Deuce Vaughn. I feel like y'all have seen a lot of mobile, really good quarterbacks, and now you're in this run where you're starting to see really good running backs too.
Yeah, we got a great test. You know, K-State has historically been a solid team, even when I was in the Big 12. You know, they've always been well coached. They play physical, so it's going to be a great test for us that we're excited for.
How good is Deuce Vaughn, or tell me how different he is compared to like Bijan Robinson?
Two different style players.
Yeah.
You got 2 different skill sets. Deuce is quick. He's shifty, but he's strong, man. He does a really good job in blocking and running. So I mean, he's an overall talent that we really got to watch out for.
And they're always good on special teams up there. They just don't beat themselves. It's kind of the same K-State even back when.
It's K-State. How old is K-State? They
Yeah.
they are consistently right there all the time.
How's a guy like Robert Wooten doing? We haven't seen him much yet, but he's kind of starting to work his way back in.
Yeah, he's been progressing really well. We're going to see more of him. What's today, Friday?
Yeah,
Saturday?
No, it's Thursday.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Thursday?
Yeah, we'll see him more
We'll
this
see him
weekend.
more,
There
this
you go.
weekend.
That's right. I don't know what day it is either, but they told me to be here.
We get lost in the calendar sometimes.
That's right.
But he's been progressively doing really well, you know, and he's getting more and more comfortable, just like the rest of the guys are. So it'd be exciting to see how he does on Saturday.
Because he's a guy that I think a lot of people have forgotten that he's even on this team, because he came here last year, had to sit out, and he was kind of dinged up early in the season. But I think people like what they see from him.
Yeah, I mean, he brings a lot of strength, a lot of talent. He's just another big athlete that is going to really strive in this program.
And Josiah Pierre, also, you like coaching him?
Yeah, I love coaching him. That kid has fire in his eyes every single day, and he just brings it, and he goes hard like no other. You know, he's just 100% all the time.
When you got here, is there better defensive personnel here than when you thought before you took the job?
I wasn't real familiar with it, but then once I got here, I knew the type of talent that Tech has always brought.
Okay.
You know, and I knew the type of defensive guys that we had. Of course, you know about Tyree, but, you know, our secondary is talented as ever, and I'll take our secondary against anybody's secondary in the country. And I just knew we were stacked with a lot of talent. So it was an exciting challenge for us to come in and develop these guys even more.
Appreciate the time, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Take it easy
for
on
having
Tyree tomorrow, man.
I will.
There you go. Producer and on-site engineer has been Choice Woodman. This is Chris Lowe for head coach Joey McGuire. The Red Raider Tailgate Show Saturday, October 1st, 10 a.m. Red Raiders Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield.